Hi friends, Mrs. Laris here. I wanted to take what we were studying in science and bring it to life. We are living in the middle of a pandemic, which is an extraordinary time to be living in. As we're studying the scientific method, I wanted to see, could I apply the scientific method through the science that we are currently living in? I hear a lot of people saying that they have a hard time breathing with their masks on. I hear students, I hear adults, and I was curious, is it true? Is it really that much harder to breathe when you have a mask on? So I thought I would take what we were doing in science, the scientific method, and apply it and see if I could find out. So what I have here is called a pulse oximeter. This is a non-invasive device that will measure my blood oxygen level to see if my blood oxygen level is any different when I'm wearing a mask. Normal blood oxygen level is somewhere between 95 to 100%. This device uses infrared light to go through your finger, measure the oxygen levels in your capillaries. So first, I'm going to measure my blood oxygen level without a mask. Remember, it should be somewhere between 95 and 100%. $98, $99, perfect. Now, I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna let it turn off, and I'm gonna put my mask on and measure my oxygen levels again. Oh, 99, perfect, exactly the same. Now I'm curious, is it gonna be the same when I go outside in the Florida heat? Let's find out. Hi friends, Mrs. Lars here. So now I'm going to try to test my blood oxygen level with my mask off and with my mask on outside in the Florida heat. Okay. So my blood oxygen level is a little low outside right now at 91, but still okay. Let's see how it changes when I put my mask on. Okay, I'm gonna turn it off, turn it back on. Interesting. My blood oxygen level actually even went up. Oh, so it seems like wearing a mask doesn't impede my breathing. My oxygen levels without the mask was at 91. When the infrared was measuring my blood oxygen level now with my mask on, it was about the same. It ranged from 91 to 93 and now back to 90. So relatively about the same. So as it turns out, masks don't impede your blood oxygen level, so it is just as easy to breathe with your mask on as it is off. All right.
Miss Laura said that the mask does not affect your breathing. That's what she said before she started her experiment. You saw how she walked you through. I want to see if it's true. I'm not going to believe anybody until I have the data for myself, because I'm a little older and I have asthma. So let's see, does this mask affect my breathing? Here we go. I'm going to turn it on, and I might have it upside down again, Miss Loris. I don't have on my glasses, so I can't read it at all. Am I right? Do you see that? It takes a while. And I am at 99. Wow! Who would have ever thought? Because I should be at, what is that, Miss Lars? Is it 70 and 100 or 80 and 100?
95 to 100%.
Oh my gosh. I'm probably really bad some part of the time then. And it's nothing to do with the mask. So my oxygen level should be between 95 and 100?
Mm-hmm.
Let's take off the mask. Let me turn it back on. put my finger in this time. Don't believe me, look at the data for yourself. You always want to examine the data. And data is just a fancy word for information. What do we have this time, Miss Loris?
94.97.
So I actually had better oxygen with the mask on than without.
Seems to be that way.
About the same. Okay, but this is a nice, beautiful, air-conditioned room. So let's go outside. Maybe it's just that I'm in this nice environment. Could we go outside and see what we do with the mask with and without? I better put my mask on because we're going to be walking together and we want to follow all the guidelines. Okay, I'm out here in the heat now. Ooh, boy, you can feel it's Florida. I'm gonna put on my mask, turn on the pulse oximeter that I can never say. And here we go. We're gonna read
98.
Wow! I can't believe it. I'm going to take off my mask. We're gonna let this turn off. Turn it back on. And here we go. What is the reading of that pulse oximeter now?
It's upside down, but it's 98.
Oh, so
98.
let Miss Hoover tell you a secret. She left her glasses in the classroom and she's blind as a bat. But 98 is 98, baby. So I have to adjust my thinking based on the data. I just was sure, but you know, my feelings were that this little mask made it much harder to breathe. But science proved me wrong. The data, my friends, speaks for itself. And I really do think I adjust my thinking based on the data. And I did really come into this experiment thinking that this mask was going to change my breathing. So I'll have to go home and mull this over.
Hey guys, it's Miss Chalk here. We're gonna do a science experiment. So right now, we have to wear our masks. And I know a lot of us are talking about how it's a lot harder to breathe with our masks. So instead of just saying that without any evidence, we're gonna test it. Is it actually harder to breathe with our masks? So I personally think that it is harder to breathe with my mask, right? That would just make sense. But we're gonna test it. So we have this pulse oximeter, which is gonna basically tell us how much oxygen I am getting. How easy is it for me to breathe? So first we're gonna see what mine is without a mask. $99, that's normal level. We should be around 95 to 100. Now let's try it with a mask. $99. It's exactly the same. I am getting the exact same amount of oxygen with and without a mask. That's crazy. So now we're gonna go try it outside to see if there's any difference in this Florida heat. But for right now, we know that inside we breathe the same, mask or no mask. Hey guys, Miss Chalk here. So we are going to try this outside because I want to know if it changes outside. Can I breathe in this hot Florida heat with a mask? Is it any different? So I think that it's gonna be harder. Let's see. So without a mask, my oxygen level is 98, which is a normal level. So let's try it with a mask. $95. So we are still within the normal range. So mask or no mask, I can breathe. That's why it's really important that we wear it. And you know, my opinion needs to change when the data changes. So because I see that I can breathe either way, my opinion should change. Now I shouldn't say that I can't breathe without a mask because we have science, and science shows us that we can breathe.
Hi friends, Mrs. Laris again. So after I did my experiment and I showed it to the other teachers, they had a couple questions for me that really got me thinking. Well, first, the question that was brought to my attention was, well, what kind of mask did you use? Was it a single layer fabric mask? Was it double layer? Did you use a filter? Oh my goodness. I cannot believe that I did not share that in my video. In my first video, I was wearing a double layer cloth mask with a KN95 inside of it. I've been using that as a filter for extra protection. A KN95, from my understanding, is similar to an N95 mask. Not quite as thick or the same kind of protection. Again, this is my understanding of it. But I'm using it as a filter inside my cloth mask for extra protection. Now, the other thing that was brought to my attention by my fellow scientists was, well, if we're going to be doing this experiment, maybe the only variable, the part that changes, should be us and not us and the different kinds of masks that we wear. So that really caught my attention because I thought, oh my goodness, this is the perfect example of why sharing your results from your experiments is so important. It's so important to discuss your results with other scientists because they might bring some things to your attention that you didn't even think of. So one of the other fourth grade teachers suggested that we use the white masks that the school issued us. We are allowed to use our personal masks, but they gave us these as well. Now, these masks are government face coverings, and they are white cloth. So today I'm going to conduct the same exact experiment. I'm going to test my breathing levels inside and outside using the cloth masks that were issued to us by the school. So as you can see, I have not used them yet. I like to use my own personal masks because I like that my personal masks all have a filter and a pocket, for a filter. And then I like to use the KN95 as an extra layer of protection. So this cloth mask, we're gonna see what my oxygen levels are with it inside, with it outside, and also without a mask on. So first, let's take my blood oxygen level without a mask. So I'm gonna turn on my pulse oximeter. Oops. There we go. Okay. See, do I have it? Oh, good. Right side up. 99. Perfect. Now let's check and see what it is when I put a mask on. Okay, and turn it back on. Insert my finger. $99 again. Perfect. So now let's go outside and see if this mask also gives me the same great oxygen levels. Hi friends, this is Laris again. I am outside and we are going to check my blood oxygen level without a mask and with the school issued cloth mask. So first we'll turn on the pulse oximeter and we will measure my blood oxygen level without a mask. $98, $97. Okay, great. Now let's check what my blood oxygen level is when I put on the face mask. Okay, let's turn it back on. $99. Perfect. All right. So as it turns out, wearing a face mask doesn't affect your ability to breathe. It does not affect your ability to take in oxygen. The data shows it. So, some of you might like wearing masks. I personally see it as a new fashion accessory I get to wear. I see it as a way to express myself. I see it as a way to show the people around me that I care about them. And if I'm sick, I don't want to get them sick. I also use it to protect myself. Wearing a mask is absolutely something that I'm in the process of getting used to. And some people might not like wearing a mask, and that's okay. You don't have to like it. But the important thing is that you wear it to protect yourself and to protect others. And now we know through this experiment, wearing a mask does not impede your ability to breathe. So if you'd like to try it out for yourself, pulse oximeters, you can get them online, you can get them at pharmacies, and you can test it out yourself with a mask and your handy dandy pulse oximeter.